Biomolecules are organic molecules that are vital for the structure and function of living organisms. They form the foundation of life and play crucial roles in various biological processes, including energy production, cellular structure, and chemical signaling. Biomolecules can be broadly categorized into four major types: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Each type of biomolecule has a unique structure and function within the biological system. Types of biomolecules and their functions. 1. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are organic compounds made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, typically in a 1:2:1 ratio. They are primarily used as an energy source and for structural purposes in cells. Types of carbohydrates: monosaccharides. These are the simplest form of carbohydrates, consisting of a single sugar unit. Examples include glucose, fructose, and galactose. Disaccharides, formed by the linkage of two monosaccharide molecules. Examples are sucrose, which is glucose plus fructose, lactose, which is glucose plus galactose, and maltose, which consists of two glucose molecules. Polysaccharides, long chains of monosaccharide units. They serve as energy storage or structural components. Examples include starch, glycogen, and cellulose. Functions: energy source. Glucose is the primary source of energy for cellular respiration. Structural role: cellulose, found in the cell walls of plants, provides structural integrity, while chitin provides a similar role in fungal cell walls and insect exoskeletons. Energy storage. Glycogen in animals and starch in plants act as energy reservoirs. 2. Lipids. Lipids are a diverse group of hydrophobic molecules that include fats, oils, waxes, and steroids. They are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but have a much lower oxygen content compared to carbohydrates. Types of lipids. Triglycerides, composed of 3 fatty acids linked to a glycerol molecule. They are the main form of stored energy in animals. Phospholipids, contain 2 fatty acids and a phosphate group attached to a glycerol molecule. They are key components of cell membranes. Steroids, a class of lipids with a structure based on 4 fused rings. Cholesterol, a type of steroid, is essential for maintaining cell membrane fluidity. Waxes, lipids that provide a waterproof protective coating in plants and animals. Functions: energy storage. Triglycerides store more energy per gram than carbohydrates, making them efficient energy reserves. Membrane structure. Phospholipids form the bilayer of cell membranes, providing a barrier and mediating the transport of substances in and out of the cell. Signaling molecules. Steroids like hormones, for example, testosterone and estrogen, play important roles in cellular communication and regulation. Protection and insulation. Lipids act as insulation to protect organs and maintain body temperature. Proteins are large, complex molecules composed of amino acids linked together by peptide bonds. They are involved in virtually every cellular process and provide both structural and functional roles. Proteins are made up of one or more polypeptide chains, which fold into a specific 3-dimensional structure. The function of a protein is determined by its shape, which is influenced by the sequence of amino acids. There are several types of proteins. Enzymes, for example, are biological catalysts that speed up chemical reactions in cells. A common example is amylase, which breaks down starch. Structural proteins provide support and shape to cells and tissues. Collagen, found in connective tissues, is a prime example. Transport proteins help in the movement of substances across cell membranes or within the body. Hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood, is a well-known transport protein. Defense proteins include antibodies that help protect the body from pathogens. Regulatory proteins, such as hormones like insulin, regulate metabolic processes. Proteins have various functions. Enzymes facilitate biochemical reactions, ensuring that cellular processes occur efficiently. Proteins like keratin and collagen provide structural integrity to tissues such as skin, hair, and bones. Transport proteins like hemoglobin transport oxygen, while others store essential nutrients like iron. Additionally, proteins are involved in cell signaling and regulate gene expression and metabolic activities. Nucleic acids are biomolecules responsible for storing and transmitting genetic information. They are composed of nucleotides, which consist of a nitrogenous base, a sugar, and a phosphate group. Types of nucleic acids. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, stores the genetic blueprint for the synthesis of proteins and is passed on from generation to generation. DNA is double-stranded and forms a double helix structure. RNA, or ribonucleic acid, plays several roles in the synthesis of proteins. RNA is typically single-stranded and includes messenger RNA or mRNA, transfer RNA or tRNA, and ribosomal RNA or rRNA. Functions: genetic information storage. DNA stores the genetic code for all living organisms. Protein synthesis. mRNA carries the genetic information from DNA to ribosomes, where proteins are synthesized. tRNA and rRNA assist in this process. Regulation of cellular processes. Certain RNA molecules, like microRNAs, regulate gene expression and influence cellular behavior. Minor biomolecules. Vitamins are organic compounds that are essential for various metabolic processes, but cannot be synthesized by the body. They play a role in enzyme function, immune response, and cellular maintenance. Examples: vitamin C, an antioxidant that helps in collagen synthesis and immune function. Vitamin D regulates calcium absorption, essential for bone health. Minerals are inorganic elements that are vital for various physiological functions, including bone formation, nerve transmission, and muscle contraction. Examples: calcium, important for bone structure and muscle contraction. Iron, necessary for the formation of hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood. Biomolecules are essential for life because they form the structural components of cells and tissues, facilitate chemical reactions, store and transmit genetic information, and enable organisms to harness and utilize energy. They are involved in nearly every aspect of a living organism's function, from maintaining homeostasis to enabling reproduction. Energy metabolism. Biomolecules like carbohydrates and lipids are essential sources of energy for living organisms. Carbohydrates provide quick energy, while lipids are more efficient long-term energy stores. Structural integrity. Proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates are crucial for maintaining the structure of cells and tissues. For example, the cell membrane is made of phospholipids, and proteins like collagen provide strength to connective tissues. Genetic continuity. Nucleic acids ensure the continuity of genetic information through DNA replication and the transcription and translation processes. This ensures that traits are passed down from one generation to the next. Catalysis and regulation enzymes, which are proteins, act as biological catalysts and are critical for metabolic processes. Without enzymes, reactions would occur too slowly to sustain life. Cellular communication. Proteins and lipids play vital roles in cellular communication and signal transduction. Hormones and neurotransmitters are examples of biomolecules that regulate bodily functions by transmitting signals between cells. Biomolecules are the building blocks of life and are essential for all biological processes. They contribute to cellular structure, energy production, genetic information storage, and biochemical regulation. Understanding their types, structures, and functions is fundamental in fields like biochemistry, molecular biology, and medicine. Without these molecules, life as we know it could not exist.